Hey guys, here I am in Toronto visiting Synth-When. It's a fantastic vintage repair shop. They handle all types of gear, but especially synthesizers. So I'm gonna knock on the door here and see what's on the other side. And there's Jay.
Hey.
Hey Jay, how are you?
Not bad, how you doing?
Good. Thanks for having us today.
Not a problem, come on in.
So this is Synth-When?
Yes, this is, welcome, come on in. Lots of gear to take a look at.
Yeah, okay.
lots of things.
You can see there's some gear here already. Stuff in the corner here. So tell me about the Synth-When. When did this all start? How did it come about?
Started about probably, I started professionally in the shop probably about, maybe about 7 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, just by myself. And went to school. I'm a mechanical engineering technologist and an electronics engineering technologist.
Yeah.
And while I was in school working at music stores and fixing my own gear and yeah, just basically kind of people started bringing me stuff. So it just kind of fell into doing this. So managed to put everything together, build a shop. I have one partner with me. He's not here today, but that's Brock. And but he's yeah, so he's
your partner in crime.
You got it. You got it.
Awesome. So let's take a little stroll through the shop here and tell us a bit about some of the gear you got and what you've serviced over the years and
yeah,
all types of things.
We've serviced a lot of things, from everything from working with polyfusion modulars to EMS like Synths and Putneys and man, everything from samplers. You pretty much name it, and we've had our hands in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
On the shelf, we have stuff ready to go out already. Emulator 2. There's another PPG that's ready to go. OB, I think that's the XA, yeah.
OBXA here, yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, yeah, some personal gear at the bottom. CS70 that's waiting for repair.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
A little dusty there.
Yeah, that's a waiting project for
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah, for sure. JX8P here.
Yeah.
Nice. Stuff up top.
Yeah.
6-track.
Yep.
Very nice. Cool.
But yeah, and as you see, we have more emulators that are kind of waiting on parts at the moment, and yeah, they can be a pain in the ass, to be honest.
Yeah. So do you see mostly, looks like a lot of analog gear, obviously some digital as well?
Yeah, we do some, we don't typically get into a lot of the newer gear, just because of they're really not repairable in the States. But just parts and schematics and that kind of stuff. But I mean, mechanical stuff, like we can do mechanicals and like board swaps and things as long as the boards are available. But typically we just kind of set it within the about, I would say, anything before 94. Anyway, yeah, so we can handle those no problem.
Okay.
So, and that kind of stuff.
Interesting. So where did your passion start with all this?
Well, I guess it would be back in high school. Parents wouldn't let me get a guitar, and I've been a classically trained pianist, and so I got into electronic music just from in the mid '90s. Kind of found electronic music, and that's where everything kind of started from there.
Right.
So yeah, so I've been into synths and always been into electronics, and just kind of one made one. And, just everything kind of made sense, and well, just kind of fell in this way, right?
Kept going from there.
Yeah.
Nice. You want to take us through some of the tools and like how this all works, how you do maybe an analysis? I see you've got something on the board here.
Yeah, this is a Polymog that I'm pretty much almost finished up. Just a few small issues in tuning, but it's pretty much just getting there. But as far as equipment goes, oscilloscopes, logic analyzers, multimeters, and that's pretty much the state right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just
schematics here on the monitor, of course.
Yep.
Tools of the trade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very important.
Absolutely. So when you're looking at a synth like this, how does this process work? You obviously get it on the bench. Then you've got to obviously listen to it.
Yeah.
And see what's happening.
Yeah.
And then from there, what is sort of the testing procedures?
For this guy, when I came in, basically just doing a turn on, listen, see what's going on, going through all the keys, the functions, and then you kind of start from there. So it's like, okay, keys are out, so fixing the key section, fixing the modulator board sections that are, each key has its own modulator, so going through there, seeing if those are bad, cleaning up card connectors, so kind of just getting it basically into a place where it's stable. And then from there I went into the functions on this guy, so changing some of the logic out, the CMOS on the control sections can be bad. So changing those out, finding bad ones, and yeah, from there, kind of, you know, just going in and kind of listening to it. The last section on this is the ADS, so the envelope on the filters needs a bit of work yet, but this one should be pretty much ready in, you know, another day or so.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's great. I mean, it's a beautiful synth. I think they're kind of rare, aren't they? Pretty rare, actually.
Yeah, I think this, surprisingly, I think this is like my 4th one that I've been working on. And once they work well, they sound amazing. Like they're just once they're working, it's
super lush.
I'd rather fix a poly Moog than a memory Moog, but
oh yeah. Yeah,
that one's giving me a bit of issue, just high frequency digital noise on the oscillators.
Right.
So that's pretty much, there's one last step in that one to get to, and then it'll be good.
Yeah. There's a sort of memory Moog owner and service manual there.
Yep.
Pretty thick. That's pretty thick.
Yeah, the more paper you have, the better.
Yeah. What's the sequential circuits here?
That's a Prop 5 Rev 2. So that one's, these can be extremely difficult to repair just due to the SSM chips. On the Rev 2s, they used SSM instead of the CEMs. I actually like the Rev 2 a lot better, but they're a pain in the ass to fix.
Yeah, I've heard they can be unstable.
Yeah. And then again, one of those things, once again, I'm kind of running nicely. They're pretty much solid, but
nice.
Some of those SSM chips, like just VCAs, and they use a ton of VCAs throughout it all, can be about $40 a piece.
Really?
And yeah, 40, 50, depending. It's like we got to try and find them on eBay and through all sorts of different places. Just
hunting around high and low.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Cool. So what's sort of the most common issues that you see in the shop?
A lot of Juno 106s.
Okay.
Of course.
Juno 106.
Standard voice issues, and you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Not too much of like the Korg MS series, or we see them every so often, but just mostly for cleaning. They're right stable. But a lot of Roland.
Roland stuff, yeah.
Yeah. They just made so many of them.
Yeah.
And, over the years, and you know, people are finding them again, right? Finding them in their basement.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Their uncles or something like that from the past.
Have you had a particular synth that's been like the most difficult or anything like that, or?
Probably the memory Moogs.
The memory Moogs?
Yeah. And it's the complexity between the microprocessor, like how its entire digital and computer section works, and mixing with the analog section it gets insane, just as far as the parallel, just the way the digital and computer works.
Right.
So, and but you know, barring that, they're not too bad. But I mean, they've given me the most issues over the years. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess these days, obviously, manufacturing has changed over the years.
Yeah.
You know, what are the differences that you've seen in that? As a tech, you must have noticed it changes. Is things easier to repair or less, more difficult to repair, or?
Well, it gets to a point where there's certain brands where, like, you may have bought a synth maybe in the late 90s and it breaks down. And it gets into the point, like, after that 94 cutoff that we kind of have, it's like only mechanical issues, jacks, pots, encoders, things like that, keys. But when it gets into a board error, like on a surface mount board, and it's all DSP, and basically because it's all, the way the structure is, it's all parallel.
Right.
So trying to find one dead chip can be impossible, even without schematics even too. So at that time, it's like you got to kind of either find a new board, or it's pretty much just garbage.
Yeah, so it sounds like the older stuff,
Older stuff,
discrete chips and all that was still viable for repairs, at least.
we'll always be able to repair the old stuff.
Yeah.
So, barring some of the proprietary chips.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, if someone has the money.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the thing. You can pretty much buy any chip out there. It's just how much money do you want to spend?
Right.
Or like, you know, trying to find it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's take a look around the shop here. I mean, you got a couple of tools I can see. What did some of these things do?
Yeah, it's just that's just an AC power supply and then a DC power supply behind it. And I actually run a tube. I got a tube tuner, strobe tuner.
Oh, sweet.
So that's one of my favorite things. I've made mini Moogs not sound like mini Moogs because they're supposed to be a little out of tune, just to give it that kind of, you know, mini Moog sound. But if you can snag them right down to 0 cents on the tune,
right?
But that the strobe tuner is pretty much the most accurate.
Very cool.
So.
Oh, I've never heard of that. That's so neat.
Yeah.
All right, and then of course you got the oscilloscope.
Yep. That's
a standard.
Need to see anything in a board. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Some of the stuff over here.
Yeah, this is Brock's bench. So he's got a scope as well, function generator, and yeah, you know, just we split a lot of the tools around the shop, and you know, that's kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay. And I see there's like a little parts area here.
Yep. Pretty much, we don't stock a lot. We stock what we kind of need, but it's pretty impossible to stock everything you would ever need. But yeah, we have enough stores in town that actually we can run out and do a parts run.
Right.
So
some rare chips in here somewhere.
Yeah, I got a few bins of old OTAs and stuff.
Cool.
So
yeah, this is amazing. Lots of little bits and bobs and
lots of weird random things.
Yeah. What's sort of the weirdest or most obscure piece of gear you've seen come through the shop?
Would probably be the Polyfusion. I don't see too many of those, but I've had a EML 100 Electrocomp, and it's a blue face. And I've never seen one before in my life. They're always white face, the 101s. And so I've had a 100 through. But the only other thing that we kind of have weird right now is the Synclavier. So this is the...
Is this it here?
Yeah, this is ours.
Oh, wow.
But it's going to be... I just got a bench computer set up so I can actually start teching this guy out because I need to hook it up.
Wow.
This is just the power supply board.
It's huge.
Yeah. This was the sampler of samplers.
Yeah, still the disk drive there and floppies.
Yeah.
When was this made?
I think this guy was... I think this was late 80s. Or like around the mid-80s maybe.
Okay.
So.
And what do you think they cost back then?
Back then, easily 6 figures.
Really?
Yeah. So,
wow.
And so that's a project yet to go.
Yeah.
And it weighs about 400 pounds.
Yeah, no, it looks big. That's definitely huge.
So we have another friend that has one, and it can heat the apartment.
Oh my god.
So.
Cool. So this is obviously the sort of storage area once a repair is done, waiting for pickup, or just
pretty much,
or incoming stuff.
This is some parts waiting, some parts. A lot of it's kind of parts waiting and overflow from boards that are not repairable, that kind of thing. Like we've got a graveyard on the back that's mostly our stuff, and but yeah, there's a few things that are just, man, we've been waiting on some parts for a couple months.
Yeah.
So it gets a little ridiculous trying to find things.
And like sourcing those parts, is that mostly through other vendors like Syntor or other online shops?
We order a lot from Syntor.
Yeah.
They're one of our biggest suppliers. Great guys. And but other than that, when Syntor doesn't have it, that's when we go to eBay.
Yeah. You gotta hunt.
Yeah, and hopefully.
Or forums and such, you know.
Yeah, we've ordered parts before, and it's like, oh yeah, they shipped it, and nothing. And that's like, some of the stuff we've been waiting a couple months for that one part, so we're just gonna have to go and order it again.
Jeez.
So.
Okay.
That's just the way it goes. It's part of the business.
Yeah.
But so this is a lot of parts waiting. This kind of stuff is ready to go.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. And I think I saw another room on the way in.
Yeah. Come into the. This is the studio.
Actually, what is this thing?
That's it. That's a reverb tank. It's a.
No way.
It's an AKG BX20. Yeah, it's gonna be a pain. This one was actually found in a basement, so
Wow.
it's gonna be a pain. Mainly, I think it was in a flood at one point in time. At the bottom, you can see it's moldy.
Oh, geez, yeah.
So some of the mounting hardware is actually rusted, and so I might actually have to cut the bottom of the case out, which I want to do.
Right. How old is this thing?
That would be, oh man,
Probably in
probably
the
60s.
60s, 70s or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that before.
So it's basically just has a whole bunch of springs down the center and transducers on each end, and basically fires a signal down it.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah, and I've never worked on one before, and I think my customer got it for a really good deal, so he's not afraid to put the money into it, but it's going to be a big
It's a project.
Yeah. There's apparently one guy in Germany that rebuilds the transducers, so that's the first step is getting into it and seeing how the transducers are bad, but
Right. Okay.
seeing if I can get rebuild stuff.
Well, this is quite something, that's for sure. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah,
Cool.
back in the days before digital.
Yeah. When analog was truly analog.
You got it. So,
Oh, yeah, little ARP sequencer there.
yep.
Nice.
That one's ready for pickup. There's
Record
hematite
player.
harmonizer at the bottom and an MKS80 ready to go out. So,
Yeah. Very nice.
and talking about things, well, I won't get into that. So,
Cool,
if
man.
that one had the wrong power adapter plugged into the origin,
Oh, really?
there's no chance of saving it.
It's just dead. It's
Full
unfortunate.
through board.
Yeah.
But welcome to the studio.
Oh, the studio.
Yeah, this is the treatment center.
Therapy.
Yeah. This is a couple of people's that are associated with us are in here. This is their gear, and we kind of help write and make music, and but also keep everything running.
Yeah.
So,
So what do we have in the studio here?
currently, this is the current setup. So obviously Mini Moog. Move over to getting into the Surge modulars. So these are the random source Surge kits. They actually sound pretty damn good. That's I think there's 78 pay-per-views.
Okay.
It's probably my favorite in the room.
Cool.
That's on loan to us for. It's been a while, but I actually have to get into it and do kind of a rebuild on it. It's not functioning as well as it should.
Right.
And then a couple System 100s.
Yeah. This is the complete system here.
Two, right? So
Yeah.
with the keypad.
Yeah.
There's two people's set of gear there.
Very nice. Yeah.
So,
And a Sam up here. I
Yep.
see him.
absolutely amazing.
Right on.
Yeah, you need a bass line or that sub bass. And even just external filtering is nice.
Yeah. So
And,
some modular.
this is Matt's Eurorack.
Very nice.
So, and one thing we still have to get patched up is we have the Circlon. So the Circlon patched out to that. So
Yeah. Oh, there is. Yep. Circle one up here up top,
Yeah.
sequencing everything.
this usually does that. Get out of there. Gotta replace battery.
Yeah. So you got an MKS 80 here.
And out of here. Yeah, MKS80, microwave, some 500 series, a couple distressors, Lexicon L480.
Got a rack here of some more.
Yep.
We got what's this,
SH101.
Yep.
That is the Tubatech upgrade.
Oh, nice.
And it's by far probably the best upgrade you can do for a 101.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What does it add to the 101?
Well, first of all, MIDI. What else does it do? I think just. Honestly, I can't remember.
Look it up online. All right.
Yeah. Mostly
Check
we
it.
just get into the MIDI and end up on it.
Okay.
Monopoly is also Tubatech upgraded.
Sweet.
And that actually adds a lot of functionality, like 3-voice mode and different types of modes, and that's, you know, I think everyone should have a monopoly.
Yeah, no, these are classic,
Yeah.
for sure. Beautiful sounding instruments.
Yeah.
There's an alpha bass here from Joe Mox. We got some stuff down here.
Rhythm.
Yeah.
OB6.
OB6. Lindrum.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Awesome.
That one still needs to be modded for MIDI, but
It's still there. That's
Yeah.
good. Oh, you got a polyvolver.
oh yeah.
Yes, I have one of these myself.
It's a great piece of kit.
Yes, I love the sound of this synth.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Stereo filters as well.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you've got an expander. Oh, man.
That's probably one of my favorite polys.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you like about it?
Its modulation, and especially like its expressiveness when you're actually using pressure and just using it for the modulations, and it's just a fantastic sense that nothing sounds quite like it.
Mm-hmm. And then lastly on the bottom we've got the OBX.
The OB8.
OB8.
Yep.
I was going to say OBXA, but it's the OB8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another. I mean, there's room for everything in a mix.
Yeah. And then over there's the sort of mixing console and such.
Yeah, that's a Midas.
Yeah.
Yeah, just effects units.
Yeah, right on.
So,
Cool.
yeah.
It's unbelievable. So can people come here to rent some time in the studio or anything like that, or is it sort of?
It's you would have to talk to one of the engineers in the studio.
Okay.
But, yeah, there's daily rates and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you know, come in, bring MIDI, and you work with the engineer, and you can you know, instead of in the box,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
pass all your MIDI lines out. Like everything is patched, so everything can be talking to each other, and you can just do all your sound design and that kind of stuff here.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Cool.
yeah.
That's awesome, man. Do you have a personal collection yourself, or is this sort of the playground? You don't really need it.
I don't even really need it that much anymore. I went through and actually I've been kind of getting rid of all my boards. I usually have to fix them too often.
Yeah.
So over the years I kind of parted out some of my boards and just getting them back into line and you know, give them a new life. I don't play them enough. There's enough here.
Right.
So.
And are you personally performing in bands at all these days, or?
I play in a few bands. I play in a garage rock band. I do organs. I play in a psych rock band. I've been in other psych rock bands in the past, and me and the partners in the studio here, Matt Butterworth, we work with a few other people on a techno project, like techno electro project.
Mm.
And do some ambient, some sound design, some scoring, more film work basically. So, yeah. So a lot of it's basically just music. It's
right.
My entire life.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you're surrounded by every day, right? So
yeah,
this is a truly amazing place, man. Obviously, some incredible gear here. What's next for Synth-When? I mean, are you guys going to expand the studio? Is it going to be more of an online shop at some point or anything like that?
Not too sure yet. That's kind of unwritten.
Okay.
Just kind of taking every day one at a time. I mean, the business has been going for 6-7 years, so we got another, like I've got another good probably 20-30 years in me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, which will just get better and better, but I mean, yeah. So, I mean, who knows what happens down the road, but I'll be keeping the shop going as long as I can.
Okay.
So whatever happens, and wherever I go, there'll always be a studio, I hope.
Cool. All right, well, before we just wrap up here, where can people find the shop in the city, in Toronto, and also online or any social media or things like that?
We have a Facebook group, Synths-When, www.synthswen.com, of course. We're by appointment only.
Okay.
Just because sometimes we have to run out and get parts, and and also, when we're deep into synths, it's kind of hard to get your brain out of that. So kind of appointment only is the best way to go. So, but yeah, we're online presence. Just drop us an email, check us out online, and that's,
get in touch.
Get in touch.
Cool. All right. Well, Jay, thank you so much for this tour of Synth-When and sharing your knowledge with us. Really appreciate it.
Cheers.
Okay. Great to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap that up, and we'll see you next time. This has been a studio tour of Synth-When Vintage Repair Shop in Toronto, Canada. We'll see you next time.